Well, Swains, the last couple of weeks we've got the result, but not the performance. Was today the day we got both?
Yeah. I've just said to the lads there. Really proud of them. Really, we've built this week in terms of what we wanted to do, but also what we thought Barnet would do. And I thought for large periods of that game, the players executed the game plan to more or less perfection. We scored goals at a good time as well to back that up and give confidence, and obviously the sending off affected them in the second half. But even after that, the game management in terms of when to keep possession and when to actually go and try and get that third goal, I felt personally was really good.
It's a long time since I've seen a group of players enjoy a game as much as that, and that's because, as you say, the game plan just worked a treat, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, they started off really fast. They put us on the back foot. Clever set play routine that they nearly capitalised on. But once we found our feet and we dug into the game a little bit, I thought when we invited them on a little bit and left space in behind, we wanted a counter attack. We knew they were expansive in the way they play and they caused us problems. But also we've been mentioning all week that balls down the sides and counter attack and play would cause a threat, and I thought that's exactly how it panned out. And
it was a perfect start. Obviously they came out the traps flying, but to get in front 6 minutes in was just a perfect platform for us.
It was. That sort of validated what we've been trying to work on, which then meant the players were buying into the process a little bit more. After that, I think I was actually claiming for a free kick, but then Nicky Kabamba puts the second one in, so I'm pretty pleased with that the referee didn't listen to me there. But we had the little opportunities here and there where we might capitalise. But I just thought the out of possession stuff was key today. Maintaining a compact shape, so we were difficult to play through at times. Yes, they got through once or twice and they looked a threat, but that's non-league football. That's going to happen. We're striving for perfection, but the reality is it's probably not going to look like that for 90 minutes. But yeah, we compact shape when we bounced and we looked a threat going forward. We looked live, we looked energetic. And then after the sending off, like I say, I thought the decision making and when to keep the ball. And I know some of the fans want to see that cutthroat football, but when to keep the ball and when to try and get that third goal was really good.
And Nicky Kabamba with his 2 goals, he's the kind of player, isn't he? Once he gets one under his belt, he sets off on these little runs. 4 in 4 now, I think he's got.
Right, brilliant. I wouldn't know what his record is at this moment in time, but what I can say for him today was 2 good finishes at important times as well. And he's a threat when he gets into them areas. And Nicky will tell you himself that I've been banging on about the 6-yard box, getting around the 6-yard box, getting inside that box. Yeah, because it's where goals are scored, and they're not always clean cut goals. They're scruffy goals as well. And I don't think we've scored enough what I'd class as non-league goals. So hopefully he takes that on board and enjoys the success that he's had today, but doesn't settle for that. Settles for going again next week and the week after, because I believe that there's goals in our front players. We just need to find a way of playing what A, provides them the chances, but B, they're getting the right areas to capitalise on them chances.
I know everybody played well in the team right through the 11 today, but Nicky Kabamba will get the headlines because of his 2 goals. Mm-hmm. But the other Nicky in midfield, Nicky Featherstone, I thought he was just unbelievable today.
Absolutely outstanding. Between him and Gus, and this is not me leaving Gav out because I'll get on to Gav, but between him and Gus, they broke up so many attacks. They were in the right place at the right time. Nicky was providing us with balls into front men and little balls around the corner, which he's a good footballer. He's one of the best footballers we've got. And when we can get him on the ball for long periods of the game, that tends to be the games where we start to dominate. I thought he was absolutely outstanding today with Gus, and then that frees the likes of Gav and the likes of JK up a little bit, where they know that security's behind them and they can be a bit more like a free spirit. Did it always go to Gav's plan today? No, but as the game wore on, he became more of a threat and he was driving forward and he pinned Barnet back a little bit as well. So it's a team game. It's a team game, and I thought I'm struggling to pick out anyone that didn't contribute with it.
And 3 clean sheets in a row, 3 wins in a row. We've got to just keep on building this momentum, haven't we?
Yeah, well, I said to the players before the game as well. The hard bit for me is done. It's getting the ball rolling. That momentum's going now. This is the bit where you keep it moving and you keep it moving at a faster pace and you push it and push it and push it. That's what I said before the game, and I felt as though they'd done that. Now it's on to Notts County, and you do exactly the same there. We've got that momentum. Don't spoil it. My message will be is thrive on it, enjoy it, but next week you put in exactly the same performance and better.
Now last Saturday night you beat yourself up a little bit despite the fact we'd won. Will you be enjoying your Saturday night a bit more tonight?
Absolutely, yeah. like I say, you're striving for perfection, and a lot of people have said to me, enjoy the wins, no matter how they come, because they can soon turn the other way. And I'm not naive enough to understand that as well. But yeah, I'll enjoy a lot more today, because I felt as though the work, the planning, the thought process in the week has come to fruition in a game. And I quickly learn, and when you're a manager or a head coach or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't always go to plan. It doesn't. Your ideas and your tactics don't always go to plan. They don't always materialise in games. But when they do, that gives a real sense of satisfaction. But that's not me. That's not Gookie. That's not Ross. That's the players putting that into action. They're the ones that play. They're the ones that make the decisions on the pitch. And like I say, I was really proud of him, and I thought it was an excellent performance.